Hello there, ladies and gentlemen in TV land. It is the Coach's Corner. We are live every Monday from the Tivoli Tap House. Wonderful place to go get yourself a beer, a great meal, and a chance to hang out with myself and, of course, our guest this evening. Let's get to who we have on the show this evening. It's tennis all the time. Big weekend for the Roadrunners tennis teams. We'll have Daniel Hangsteffer, the head coach of the men's and the women's tennis teams. Josh Graetz, the RMAC Men's Tennis Player of the Year. And Ainsley Winterrowd, who won the title clinching match for the women's side. So before we bring you our cast of champions, let's get you caught up on the weekend that was MSU Denver sports. The baseball team took 3 of 4 games on their road series against UC Colorado Springs. They capped off the series with a 6-3 win, which was spurred by the great pitching performance from Hunter Hugaboom, who went 6 innings, giving up just 1 earned run while striking out 4 Mountain Lions. The offense was led by Trent Maloney, who blasted a 3-run home run in the top of the 9th inning. Head coach Janice Christopher took the outdoor track and field team to Golden this past weekend to take part in the Nature's Bakery invite hosted by the Colorado School of Mines. I'm not sure how many times we've mentioned Sarah Hughes on this show, but she does it again, this time winning the women's triple jump and placing 8th in the women's long jump. Tina Moss crossed the finish line in 5th place in the 800-meter run, while Jessie Chapa and Cindy Reyes came in right behind her, placing 8th and 9th respectively on the men's side. Saeed Moreno finished 8th in the 100-meter dash, while Ryan Boucher raced his way to a 4th place finish in the 800-meter run. For more results on the meet, visit roadrunnersathletics.com. And of course, the tennis teams hosted the RMAC tournament this past weekend. Ladies first, as the Roadrunners swept the Thunderwolves from CSU Pueblo in the semifinal round. Courtney Wright and Emily Kerr kicked off the match by defeating CSU Pueblo's #1 doubles 8-1. In singles play, Valerie Valencia went 6-2 and 6-0 to help her team to the 5-0 victory. Onto the championship match, and it was a dogfight with Colorado Mesa. Tabitha Porter and Valencia won their doubles match, but the Roadrunners found themselves down 2-1 entering singles play. Porter, Wright, and Ling Ying Zhao all took home victories, while freshman Ainsley Winterrowd won the title clinching match to lead her team to the 5-3 victory and the 2017 RMAC Championship. Now for the men's side, it was a 5-0 sweep of Colorado Christian in the semifinal. Josh Graetz, the player of the year in the RMAC, took care of business in both his doubles and singles matches. Onto the championship match, where the Roadrunners were pitted against the team they co-shared the regular season title with in Colorado Mesa. The Mavericks actually took a 2-1 lead in doubles play, but Graetz, Joey Sherney, and Alejandro Martinez Maria quickly won their singles match to get right back into it. It came down to the final #6 singles match, however, where junior Colin Hayes hangs on for the 7-5, 4-6, 7-5 win to secure the 2017 RMAC Championship. Got to catch my breath after all that reading. And that's a perfect segue into our first guest this evening, and that's head coach for both the men's and the women's tennis teams, Daniel Hangsteffer. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely, and we're sure you're fatigued after this weekend, but let's get right into it. Hasn't really sunk in yet. I mean, it's great bringing home 1 RMAC championship, but to bring home 2 in one weekend, I mean, you have to be on cloud 9, right?
A little bit. You know, the players, they've worked hard all year, and they definitely deserve the credit. So it's not really about me, it's about them. And so they did a great job. They did a fantastic job when it came down to it, to be in that moment. They had incredible poise, and they had incredible composure and energy. So they deserve it. They did a great job.
All right, so let's get into it. We don't have a ton of time with you, so we can't get through everything. So we'll jump right into the championship match. We'll start with the men's. They took on the team that they co-shared that title with, that RMAC title. That's Colorado Mesa. And you guys played Colorado Mesa 3 times. They beat you twice. So did it give you guys a little extra motivation going up against them in the championship match?
I think there's always that motivation. We always want to win every single day. The last time we played Colorado Mesa, we lost to them. So yeah, there was a little bit of extra motivation there. But again, it was about coming prepared. It was about making sure we take care of business, and it was about having the right energy and the right effort. And they did all that, and so it turned out great for him. And Callum, it came down to his match, and he had, like I said, he had incredible poise and composure in that last set, and he deserved it. So I'm very happy for him.
All right, so in that match, the Mavericks jumped ahead, winning 2 of the 3 double sets, and then it went into singles. Was there a little pressure on your team, or was there a level of confidence there? Did you have to say much of anything to them, or were they pretty confident heading into that singles play?
After the doubles, I challenged them a little bit. I told them, we've got to get a little bit more fired up with our energy, and we've got to give it all out. I mean, we got to lay everything out there, and they did. They took the challenge and they laid everything out there to the point where Callum, at the end of the match, after 4 hours of playing, started cramping up a little bit. His legs started getting a little tight, but he fought through it and continued to fight through it, just like all 6 guys out there. So they did like I said, they did a great job.
You mentioned Callum's match. Let's talk about that a little bit, because your top 3 guys are in victories, but then Colorado Mesa won the other 2, and so it all came down to that. It all came down to his match, and so you have both teams lined up shoulder to shoulder watching the match. What kind of extra pressure or extra motivation does that give him?
So Callum is a junior now, and he will be a senior, and he's been in those situations many times before where it didn't go his way. So I think you put yourself in that situation so many times, at some point you got to come through. Mm-hmm. And yesterday just happened to be the day where Callum came through in the moment where it mattered the most. So, yeah.
All right, so that final set, he had to win it 7 games. It was 7-5. Yeah. So really tense. How much was your heart just beating watching that?
It was beating very hard. I felt like my heart was up in my throat and in my mouth, and my whole body was just shaking a little bit. But and I'm sure his was too, and I'm sure his opponents were, and I think all the fans were too, because it was an absolute thriller, and it was a exciting match, very intense. And I think, looking back at it, those are the moments you want to be in. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's what playing college sports is all about, being in those moments and coming out on the right side of it.
All right, so he gets that final point. Your team's pouring onto the court, celebrating. You're watching them. What kind of emotions are going through you? What kind of pride do you have as a coach, knowing that they climbed the mountain and they got that championship?
A ton of pride for them, a ton of gratitude for the work that they put in. A lot of emotions. Mostly just proud of them though. Not just because they won, but because they put in the work every day. And I would have been proud of them regardless of which way that match went. But I'm very, very happy that it went our way. And they're just a fantastic group of guys. So.
All right, so we'll switch gears here a little bit. We'll talk about the women's championship match. And they came out, they also dropped 2 of 3 in doubles play, but there was never really that sense of panic. It seemed like they had a little confidence about them. Is that really kind of what has led to their successes all year?
I think so. And a lot of it is we've got a great combination of new players on the team on the women's side. We've got a great combination of returners on the team. We've got a great combination of senior leadership. They've got a great composure on the team. They've got great energy. They've come ready to go every day. They've worked hard, really hard, every day. So like you said, there wasn't a sense of panic, but there was definitely a sense of urgency in every single one of them where, hey, we got to take care of business. We got to do what we've been doing all year. We've won 8 matches in a row. If we can win today, that'll be 9 matches in a row. We've beaten a D1 team. We've beaten nationally ranked teams. We need to take care of business. So they came out ready to go in the singles, and they took care of business.
All right, so that last little portion of the singles, last little portion of the championship there, you needed 2 matches. You needed to win one of them. Emily Kerr and Ainsley Winterrowd. And Winterrowd was the one who ended up getting it done first. So what do you see from the Washington State native in her first year here?
Very excited to be able to have her on my team, and very excited to be able to coach her again for the next couple of years. So looking to see, I think she's going to continue to improve tremendously as a player. She's got a lot of calm in her game, but she has a big game, and I'm excited to see what she can do over these next 3 years for the program. So very, very fortunate that she decided to come here.
Another freshman standout from your team. We had her on the show a few weeks ago. Tabitha Porter won the RMAC Freshman of the Year. Has just been great for your squad. Was she kind of as advertised? Did she come here and do what you expected her to, or was she kind of a nice little surprise for you?
Tabitha, so I've got Tabitha. She's I thought she was going to be a good player, but I do think she ended up being a little bit better than what I initially thought she was going to be. She's a fierce competitor, and she just refuses to back away. She refuses to miss balls. I think she's lost one Division II match all spring, and she's a fierce competitor. She just fights, and it's just to have somebody like on that team who will never back away. It's just you need people like that. So,
all right. So you're finishing up your 4th season here at MSU Denver. Just talking to a few of the players, it seems like the culture has really changed since you've come over. Can you give us a little insight about coming to downtown Denver and bringing Roadrunners tennis back to the winning front and really to the forefront of the RMAC?
All I can say is just a lot of work and getting the right players and continuing to take pride in what we do here, and then getting the players to buy into having high expectations, having high goals. And you're going to talk to two of my players tonight, Josh Graetz and Ainsley Winterrowd, and they both and a lot of other ones have bought into the goals and the expectations we have here. And I think when you have players like that buy in, it shifts the culture, the mentality, and then they start to realize, oh, we can be really good. We can be really good.
Yeah.
And then so I think this year, in my 4th year, the players see that, and they've started to have those breakthroughs, and now they're like, oh, we are good.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of stuff going on in their brains where it's starting to click, and it's really neat to see.
So you mentioned Graetz, and he's the RMAC Player of the Year, and I just want to say that Tabitha Porter was also the RMAC Player of the Year. I said Freshman of the Year.
Yeah.
That just goes to show how good she is. Well, Coach, I think that's all we're going to have for you this evening.
Okay.
Big congratulations again on the huge weekend, and we look forward to seeing your team moving forward.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're just getting started here on the Coach's Corner. Like Coach said, we're going to have Josh Graetz coming up next. You're not going to want to miss it.
Dobinson stops on a dime, now to Cortez. The Cortez beating, count the bucket, and foul.
If you can't get enough of MSU Denver sports, then you need to tune in to the Roadrunner Review. Get into the game with exclusive highlights, interviews, player stories, and of course the top plays that will have you jumping out of your seat. You can catch all the action on Comcast CET and at RoadrunnersAthletics.com.
Hey, nice shot! Great spot!
I'm Joe Rice. I'm the Director of Government Relations for Lockheed Martin Space Systems. I transferred into MSU Denver while I was in the Colorado National Guard and after I completed my associate's degree. This was the only university where somebody actually sat down with me and helped me plan out my academic path to finish my degree and graduate on time. Reach for the stars, come to MSU Denver, launch your career.
Brought to you by your #1 volume Nissan dealer, Tynan's Nissan. Come in today and choose from nearly 1,200 new Nissans. Get 0% for 72 months with no payments for 90 days. During the Bottom Line event, lease the new Altima for only $149 per month. Gives you both efficiency and performance. Looking for an SUV? Then choose the all-wheel drive Rogue at just $159 per month. Also available with optional 3rd row seat. Bottom Line savings at Tynan's Nissan in Aurora and Fort Collins.
I'm Raquel Torres, senior guard for the women's basketball team.
Runners, and there's Torres, 3-point shot up and
good. There it goes.
Raquel Torres, the trifecta.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
I'm Andre Harris, senior center for the Roadrunners men's basketball team.
And here's Andre Harris with the jam, bobbing and weaving through traffic.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
So glad you're back with us here on the Coach's Corner. We're hanging out with Josh Graetz, and before we get to his interview, we want to tell you about a special event from the Tivoli Tap House. It's this Friday, and it will be their Buck Beer Bash. It goes from 5 to 10 p.m. and admission will be absolutely free. However, if you do want to pay for a VIP experience, you can get unlimited tasters, VIP patio access, and exclusive tours and tasting with their prestigious brewers. So visit TivoliBrewingCo.com for all the details. So now we say hello to Josh Graetz, the RMAC Player of the Year and newly anointed tournament champion. Josh, how you doing?
Yeah, good to be here.
So we mentioned tournament champion. So what's that like? Has it really sunk in yet? I mean, you've had a little bit of time to reflect.
Yeah, I mean, it's sunk in a little bit, but I've been in class all day, so I haven't had too much time to really think about it all. But yeah, pretty happy still.
The life of a student athlete, I guess. So when it was announced that you were named RMAC Player of the Year, how did you find out, and what went through your head winning that award?
Yeah, I think I found out at practice. I think Coach might have brought it up. I mean, I didn't really know what to say about it all, I guess. Obviously pretty happy, but at that stage we were really focusing in on conference, so I couldn't really reflect too much on it.
All right, so let's talk about that championship match you guys took on Colorado Mesa. You guys took them on 3 times throughout the year, lost 2 of them. I mean, you had to share the regular season championship with that team. Is that exactly who you guys wanted to play in that championship match?
Yeah, we definitely weren't disappointed when we found out they'd won that semifinal match. So we really wanted some revenge on those guys, and pretty happy that we got it. We always go back and forth with Mesa. We have a great rivalry with that team. They're a good program, we're a good program, and it's just crazy how tennis can go down to just a couple points.
So you played Cody Freischlag for the 4th time in singles play this year. You'd beaten him 2 sets out of the 3, and on Sunday, or actually 2 sets all 3 times. So on Sunday, he actually won the 2nd set. Was there any kind of panic, any kind of concern on your part as Cody put up a great effort against you on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, Cody did play a great 2nd set. I probably lost focus a little bit there. I was probably focusing too much on other matches around me. We were having a lot of tight matches and probably looked at the finish line a little bit too much, and just had to recap after that 2nd set. Coach came and spoke to me and just slowed things down a little bit and really focused in on that 3rd set.
All right, so the championship comes down to the number 6 singles. Callum Hayes battling for the championship, while the rest of you just kind of walked. Now, we talked to your coach in the first segment about everyone staring and watching at that point. Had you ever been in that situation with a match with that much on the line? And I mean, how much pressure would that put on you as a player with everyone just gazing down and the match really on your racket?
Yeah, I think actually being on the court is probably the least stressful. I know from my opinion, being on the court is the least stressful. You probably think about it the least. Watching's probably the worst part. I've personally seen a lot of matches very close, but that's probably as big as it gets in a conference final clinch match. So all us guys were kind of on our haunches watching. So I'm glad Cal didn't look over at us too much, because we weren't very good spectators out there.
All right, so he finally gets it done, 7-5. You guys go mob him. What's going through your mind as you guys are celebrating, knowing you just won the conference championship?
Yeah, I mean, a lot was going on. We just sprinted to Callum. Everyone just got around him, and just pure joy. I think we'd just worked so hard for everything, and it was just great for everything to come down to such a crucial moment, and yeah, it was just so much happiness going on in that court.
So you're a junior, you've been around a little bit. What's different about this 2017 team from years past? I mean, is there something that motivates you guys every practice, every match, every training session?
Yeah, I mean, every year we've had our opportunities. This year, a few things just fell our way. We have a great group of guys. We have a great culture. Everyone on the team gets along so well. We hang out on the court all the time, obviously, but off the court, our friendship's just as strong, which I think has really brought this group closer, and that's really showed on court just how close we really are.
All right, so talk about your coaches. You've been part of his program for the last few years, and you've really been at the forefront firsthand of him bringing so much success to the program.
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't end up getting recruited by Coach, so I came into this program the first year that Coach came in. So I've actually been in the program 4 years now, because I redshirted last year, and it's just it's been, you know, incredible the amount of support that we have. Coach has been instrumental, and he's had support from great assistant coaches throughout my time here as well. So it's just great that you know, we can get some success as well as coach.
All right, so being a leader on this team, just how proud of you guys, or how proud are you of your guys? I mean, people watching the show, they might not know how much time, how much effort, how much work you guys put in, and you guys worked and really deserved the championship. How proud are you of the team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ecstatic about the team. We worked so hard and we deserved it, and I think that showed on court yesterday. And I think everyone's just super proud of each other. We put in, you know, countless amount of hours. So, you know, to win the championship, I think that was really deserving.
Well, Josh, thanks for being on the show, and once again, congratulations on a fantastic season. And I know that we're looking forward for a possible another RMAC run next year as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so when we come back, the tennis festivities will continue as we bring in the freshman who had ice in her veins as she secured the RMAC championship for the women's team. Stay tuned right here on the Coach's Corner.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Diana DeGette. Every day, I see the impact that MSU Denver has on our region. And education within reach can truly transform a life. Congratulations on 50 years of commitment to diversity and inclusion, and may you have many, many more.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
I'm Lexi Marr, senior defender for the Roadrunners women's soccer team.
These teams looking for offense, and there's Marr, the all-conference defender.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
I'm Anthony Grant, Director of Athletics at MSU Denver.
It's because of your generosity and support that our athletic programs have been able to achieve sustained success and continue to be one of the top athletic departments in the nation.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Thanks for sticking with us here on the Coach's Corner. We have Ainsley with us, but before we get to her, we want to remind you to go to shopmsudenver.com so you can sport out all your Roadrunners gear, going out to games, tennis matches, what have you. We have shirts, polos, tennis polos, and so much more. That's shopmsudenver.com. And now we introduce you to Ainsley Winterrowd, freshman from the women's tennis team. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good.
All right, so you're a freshman, but you can now also call yourself a champion, and now obviously, I mean, you're getting called to do TV show. So what's it like being a celebrity in the tennis world now?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I didn't really expect this from freshman year. I just glad I get a spot on the team to play, so it's going pretty good.
All right, so let's talk about that championship match. It's coming down to the finals. You and Emily Kerr, both your guys' matches going on. If one of you wins, you guys get the championship. If both of you lose, it belongs to Mesa. Towards the end of your match, did you notice more of your teammates starting to watch you? And, you know, what's that like for you just to have your teammates there supporting you on the court?
Yeah, it's great having everyone come out. I definitely noticed everyone coming out on the court to try to support us. I saw it was down to me and Emily, so I knew it was going to be a close one. But I was just really glad I was able to pull out the win.
All right, so you get that final point, you get the win, you shake your opponent's hand, and then your team comes out, mobs you. You know, you guys are celebrating. Is this how you dreamed winning an RMAC championship would be like?
Oh, it's crazy. I never thought that would be the last match, let alone winning a match at the championship level. So it's really great. I always saw it like on TV, watching other college matches, and to really be a part of it is really great.
All right, so there's 3 other freshmen on this team along with you. So has that kind of made your transition a little bit easier, knowing that there's other girls starting to get acclimated to college, the collegiate level, and how has that helped you during the season?
Yeah, it's definitely helpful having other people who are also getting used to it, and it's also a new thing for them too. It definitely takes the pressure off just because I'm not the only one that doesn't really know what's going on. So yeah, it's really helpful. We all get to kind of learn together and we help each other out.
All right, RMAC tournament champion. Not a bad start to your MSU Denver career. We mentioned you were just a freshman, so you hail from Lacey, Washington. Just tell us how you ended up coming from Washington to the heart of downtown Denver to play tennis at MSU Denver.
My dad's in the Army, so he was stationed here in downtown Denver, so I got to visit him a lot, and so I really liked the area, so I started to look at a lot of colleges around here. I found MSU, and I really liked their tennis program, the coach, and all the players, so I committed to come here, and it's been great so far.
All right, so on your profile page at roadrunnersathletics.com, it says you're majoring in accounting. Now let's say for some reason the tennis career doesn't work out. What do you hope to do with accounting there?
So really hoping I'm not really sure exactly yet. There's a concentration where I could do forensic accounting, which I think would be kind of cool, but for now I'm just going to stay the course and just see where it takes me.
All right, so talk about your first tennis season, how it went for you. What were some of the big differences going from high school tennis to Division II tennis? And did you figure some stuff out there the last part of the year? Because it kind of seemed like you went on a tear your last 6 or 7 matches there.
Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve from going from the high school level to college level. It's a lot more competitive. It's a lot more intense. The wins definitely mean a lot more in college. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of learning curves. There was a streak where I lost 5 matches in a row. Definitely had to learn some things, and lately they've all been paying off. So.
All right, so you're here in downtown Denver playing tennis, having a blast, but is there anything that you miss about Washington?
Probably just my friends and family. You know, I've been living there for 7 years, but it's great coming over here. It's definitely a lot less rain, which is great. You know, get to go outside a lot more.
Yeah. Do you still just try and keep in contact with them as much as possible? And were they able to catch some of the highlights of the tennis championship?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely shared the link, and a lot of them were able to see, and it's great how they still get to support me even if I'm all the way over here.
Well, awesome. Ainsley, thanks so much for being with us on the show, and once again, huge congratulations for this weekend and winning that RMAC championship.
Thanks.
All right, so that's going to do it for us. But before we say sayonara, let's get you previewed on what's coming up on Roadrunner Sports. So the softball team will finish out their regular season on the road in Alamosa to take on Adams State. Head coach Annie Van Wetzinga is hoping to finish the season strong with the RMAC tournament just 2 weeks away. The baseball team will be back at the Regency Athletic Complex this weekend. They'll host Colorado Christian for a 4-game set that will kick off this Friday under the lights starting at 6 p.m. The men are battling for a spot in the RMAC tournament, so come on out to the rack and support Coach Jared Otis and his squad. The golf team is currently fighting for an RMAC championship in Chandler, Arizona. They finished day 1 and will look to make it 3 straight RMAC championships tomorrow. So keep up with Coach Ben Porty and his girls at RoadrunnersAthletics.com. And finally, the outdoor track and field team will head back to Golden for the pre-conference invitational as the squad prepares for the upcoming RMAC championships in 2 weeks. So that's going to do it for another edition of the Coach's Corner. We want to give a big thanks to Coach Daniel Hangsteffer and a big congratulations to him as well. 2 teams taking home championships. We want to thank the viewers back home as well joining in with us tonight. And we also want to thank our guests, of course, Coach Hangsteffer, Ainsley Winterrowd, and Josh Graetz. Thanks for coming with us on the show tonight, and we will see you next time. Oh, big shout out to an excellent producer, Eric Lansing as well. We will see you next time on the Coach's Corner.